This is the shore, and the waves keep crushing in. So I'm here now in the backstage of the velodrome. It looks...
like a prison cell.
Yes, but it has a makeup table with weird old lamps, and I'm sitting here with...
Chris Roland from Sabaton.
What you playing, Chris?
Sorry?
What are you playing?
Guitar.
And when did you arrive in Berlin, and was it your first time?
First time in Berlin, I think that was 2012. Can't remember when, but it was on a tour. And today we arrived at, I think it was 10 in the morning or something. Then I got up at 2, drank some coffee, did some interviews. Now I'm here.
Did you go to uni?
To what?
To university.
If I went to university?
Yeah.
I went to kind of a university, but it's different in Sweden. We call it college.
It's like an English school system.
Yeah, exactly. So you go up to 9th grade and then you go 3 years in college. Yeah. And I went to music college for 3 years. They made me play jazz and blues, which I didn't like.
Cool. So you have an extra instrument to play?
Yeah, I mean, I play a lot of instruments. I played drums for 10, 12 years, and I play bass, I play piano, I sing, I do
just
a little bit of everything.
Band
yeah, exactly, yeah. But mainly guitar, yeah.
What did your grandparents do in the war, in the Second World War?
That I don't know. I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
All your albums are about war.
Yeah, but my grandparents I don't know if they did anything. I think my grandfather was in the military, but I mean the Swedes were, and we were living so far up north anyway, so it didn't really bother us. I think, I can't remember. I haven't heard anything about it, so yeah. And he was dead before I could ask him before I joined the band, so yeah.
Now did you learn about in college about the Second World War?
It was mainly in very young stage. I think I went in 4th or 5th grade when we started, but I wasn't really into history back then. It came later this year when I joined Sabaton, and I actually understood, because in school they just push stuff on you, and you're like, oh fuck it, I don't want to do this shit. And I think it's the wrong way to go. But now when I'm in Sabaton, I keep on hearing these stories that Joachim and Parr brings up. It's like, wow, this is amazing. Why haven't Hollywood made a movie out of this? Why do they have to make a new story? I mean, this is...
So what would be the right way to teach kids about war? What's wrong? Why is history repeating itself?
Yeah, I don't know why it's repeating itself, but if we can learn from history that mankind will never learn from history, as Joachim put it, that we will never learn. I mean, it takes 100 years and then everything starts again. I don't know why. It's so corrupted, and it's about money, and it's about power and everything. Why can't everybody just stay friends? It's fucked up.
Yeah. Did you grow up getting to know anarchists and stuff?
No, not really.
Like this anti-war movement?
No, I mean, I lived so far up north in Sweden, which is it's above the polar circle. So, I mean, I never saw anything growing up like that, because I was living in a very small village. And all that stuff was down in Stockholm, Gothenburg area. So, and that's about 15 hours drive or 16 hours drive from where I lived. So I never saw that. I just heard about it in school. But, yeah.
While writing the songs on The Last Stand, I recognized that, for example, the song about the First World War, it sounds totally different than the song you had about the Romans.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So how do you go about researching, and you study different musics at that time?
It's such a wide era of time periods on the album, and if we're singing about Sparta, it shouldn't be a love song. But
no, just Italian sounded just like if it's some Italian was singing it, basically.
Wait, which one?
The song about It was 1600 pin. Oh, it was about the war in Italy. 1600. It's not in this album.
Okay, is it an older one?
Yeah, it's an older one.
Okay, then is it from?
Anyhow,
Yeah.
so but researching so much more, did you different in tactics of countries?
Tactics of countries. I don't know. Mostly it's Joachim and Per that do the research things. I'm more involved with the music themes, and because I don't know so much about history and stuff, so it's mainly Per and Joachim that do all the research and write all the lyrics, and afterwards, when the singing is done on the album, then I get to read the lyrics, and I was like, oh, that's a cool story. So, yeah.
How did you come about metal? Who was your favorite metal favorites?
I was Iron Maiden actually, because I think I was 6 years old and I was at my friend's place, and he got this album from his older cousin, and it was Iron Maiden Power Slave. And he put it on, and as a 6-year-old growing up with Michael Jackson and Duran Duran, that was a little bit too heavy for me. But then the guitar solo starts, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And so I ran back to my parents' place, and I told them that I want a guitar for my birthday. And they were like, no, you just destroy everything, so we're not buying you an expensive guitar. But they did. They buy me a guitar for my 7th birthday, and I still have that guitar. So, yeah. So my first metal connection was Iron Maiden, and then it's just keep on growing.
Did you ever get into grindcore?
Yeah, more later. Dimmy Borgir and Behemoth, stuff like that now. But I still have like Blind Guardian and Iron Maiden in my heart. But mostly these days it's just Behemoth and stuff like that.
Yeah, they make really political songs, but they really pull it through and playing more smaller shows.
Yeah.
Did you were forming the band as well?
For Sabaton?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you just the former drummer left?
No.
The former guitarist left?
No. I joined the band in 2012.
Okay.
So me and Tobbe left the band. So Tommy is the new guitar player, and Daniel, who's playing with us now, he's playing drums because Hannes is back home having a kid, and he will come back for one of the Sweden shows. I think it's Gothenburg. So yeah.
So, but starting off playing small bands.
Yeah.
Did you notice that there's sometimes a change in behavior when you play small gigs?
No, not really. I mean, I used to do that when I was way younger, but I'm older now, and I mean, if you can't entertain 500 people, you shouldn't play in front of 5,000 people.
Or is that not? It's not. It doesn't it make you think about the society?
Society, how?
Like that. That people, for example, when I go to a small punk show here in Berlin, everybody's like, and it doesn't matter really how old they are.
Yeah.
And since I do this job, I keep noticing that when I go to bigger shows in a venue, then people are more like not partying, and so.
Yeah, I mean it's because it's a bigger show and we have a lot of more stuff on the stage, so there's so much stuff happening. So of course there's people people are watching instead of like going like this.
Yeah.
But it's fun as well. I mean, sure, you should come to the show and see the spectacular show with all the pyros and the video screen and everything that we have now. I think it's great. And also there's people in the audience that want to rage and do this. And that's fun as well.
And did you have to go to military?
The military, yes. Yeah. I went to military, for 1 year. Yeah.
I know people that don't want to have military at all.
Yeah, I know, but still, I think it's a growing thing, because when you're a kid, you need to like shape up and see the reality. And not because of war stuff, but especially when you're a kid, a guy, he's like, hey, you just want to skip school and do that shit. So I think it's very healthy if you do it, but they're cutting everything down. So I was one of the last ones to actually to have to do it. But I think it was a very good thing because we learned a lot in the military, like what should you do if you go through the ice in a lake, you shouldn't panic and stuff like that. So yeah.
Did you play Sweden Rock last year as well? There were lots of. I went there the year before. There was lots of. There was rumors about because Sweden is really in the news at the moment. There were rumors about rapes of refugees. I heard today.
In Sweden.
In Sweden Rock.
In Sweden Rock.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. So yeah, but it happens everywhere. So it's fucked up. Why do people have to do it?
But when you're into the subject of war constantly, do you sometimes research fine artists or like painters, like Picasso did a big piece of, or Otto Dix or something like that?
I mean, as a designer myself, because I love to paint and stuff, I usually get my inspiration from paintings and stuff, and to get into the mood thinking of writing music. So it's usually pictures and movies and stuff like that.
Do you have this metal painter hat because of painting all the skulls and the zombies and the skulls?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Because I'm a painter. I can't. What's your imagination? Is that for you all zombies or dead? And how do you identify with this?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I love to paint skulls and zombies and stuff. It's because it's fun, but because you can go bananas with it. Because there's no rules to how to do it. But when you have to paint on a landscape and stuff like that, with real nights, you have to think really much. But I mean, just go crazy with the idea and see where your mind is taking you.
So you don't have a special relationship like coming from Satanism, or you're a zombie lover?
No, I mean, I'm a huge horror fan because I love a lot of horror movies. So, yeah.
What's your favorite?
My favorite one?
Yeah.
My favorite movie in horror has to be The Exorcist, because that scares the shit out of me every time. I still can. We watched it the other night and I'm fucking scared to death. But because I saw it as a very young kid, I think I saw it when I was 8 years old. So it destroyed my mind. But there's a lot of different ones. I mean, Evil Dead series, Army of Darkness. There's a new one called Cabin in the Woods. It's a few years old now, but it's a very cool concept for it. So yeah, a lot of cool movies.
Do you have metal mates and other bands who are really into aliens and stuff instead, like Pain or
exactly, like Hypocrisy and stuff. Yeah,
or Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Do you discuss this?
No.
Why are you into aliens?
No, I think it's quite fun. I mean, you never know what's out there, so you should keep an open mind.
And it's a motherfucker. Don't you know? Don't you know? It's a motherfucker. It's a motherfucker. Don't you know? Don't you know? If they push that button. If they push that button. If they push that button. They push it. They push it. Kiss your ass goodbye. Kiss your ass goodbye.
Did you check out Satanism as well?
No, nothing like that. I have no, what do you call it, connection to religion, because I hate it. So I think religion is the most, what do you say, the most, the connection. Brain eating thing. Yeah, exactly. And that's the most thing that make wars. So if we didn't have religion, I think everything would be a little bit calmer, actually.
Yeah. Did you know that the Germany is the only European country that pays church tax because of Hitler?
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He made a contract with the Vatican.
Okay, I didn't know that. See, you learn something new every day.
What did you bring to read on tour?
Usually I'm not a big reader. I play more video games and try to paint and make music and stuff, but not too much of a reader.
Do you have a training in painting?
No, it's just I started when I was a kid, like drawing stuff, and then I didn't have any education for it, so I've just been keeping on drawing. And now we have a few guys on tour who actually is really good in painting. I bought this big Wacom tablet, Cintiq.
Yeah,
So,
I have the small version.
Oh yeah, I have this 13-inch. It's as big as a laptop, so I can bring it on tour and just paint and stuff. Yeah.
Do you use the Adobe Suite for funny animations as well?
No, that's more Tommy. He's doing animations and stuff, but I don't think he's done it for years now. But he used to do animations and stuff, so it's quite fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you get to play, like, how come you got the idea of just giving your drummer a bit of free time to produce, to use gunshots instead of a drum kit?
Oh yeah, that was a quite fun thing, because Joachim came up with the idea he had it for many years, that we should have a drum kit that actually made of sounds of like guns and a knife going through flesh and like explosive stuff and stuff like that. I was like, wait a second, how are we gonna do that? So we actually found you can buy sounds online.
Yeah.
And then he did something with it or made it himself, and then we got the hi-hat is like something or a gun or I can't remember. And then he actually made it work. I was like, this actually sounds like a drum kit. It actually sounds really cool.
Huh.
And we sampled those sounds, so we have it on stage. So we have this pad. So when you hit the pad, you got the gun. So if you play like this, you got the gun and then you have the bass drum and everything. So Hannes is playing it that every night, like on the album. So we got.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you can do a lot of stuff with that. So it's quite a new sound to it. Yeah.
Do you like Enzifarium?
Yeah, we've been on tour with them, I think. And no, that was two. Enzifarium. Yeah, well, actually, we played a show with Enzifarium in France, I think. Yeah. That was cool. That was Enzifarium except... Oh, that was a festival, I think. Yeah. Enzifarium except Sabaton and some other bands, yeah.
I'm going to ask you another political question.
Should.
How do you think... what do you think about what's going on with Trump and everybody's going on, oh, this is like Weimar Republic and fascism, and he's going all over the place the other day that Sweden and Germany is a mess.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, fucking hell. I'm not so much into politics. I usually just fuck it because I hate it.
That's really funny because every musician I ask about it, they were like, I don't know, for my family as well, or just like no musicians, they just want to play music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never been into politics. I knew a lot of my old friends from school are very into politics, but I don't want to do that shit. I mean, that's just corrupted everything.
But your fans are really political, no? Some of them, they're writing you like research letters, or they're just into war memorabilia.
Yeah, and I think if people are into politics, that's nothing wrong with that. If people are into religion, I respect that, absolutely. But I don't want to have anything to do with that. So.
Do you think... wait, there was another question. Otherwise... Does your bassist come up with songs as well and tells you then to play to...
No, he's not so much involved in the music writing. It's mostly me, Joachim, Hannes, and now Tommy, of course. He's always working with the whole production and everything. He's like the big boss. So he's doing everything around all of it, like planning years in front. What show should we do there, and what tour, what's the next album going to be called, and what blah blah blah, stuff like that. And after we've been writing a few songs, and he comes in and he starts listening to it, and then this doesn't sound really Sabaton. So can you do something like this? Yeah, sure. Start playing. So yeah, he has a little bit of it. I have some ideas and stuff, but yeah.
So you're do you still live in the far north?
No, not anymore. I live very close to Falun, where they're from. So yeah, I used to live in Falun because when I joined the band, everybody had to move to Falun to keep close, and because we're on tour so much, and when we come back home, we can rehearse. We have our headquarters in Falun, which is a huge like building with rehearsals and merchandise room and everything like that. So.
Do you Sweden? The last time I was in Sweden, I met a musician, and he was like, musicians get a lot of grants from the government, and they are getting substituted, like you get when you go to music college or...
Yeah, so it's usually when you're a kid. We have a lot of what's it called? Not music school, but almost like music school you can go to. And then they have rooms like this, which is built up already with amplifiers, guitars, drums. And you just sign up and you pay a small fee or something like that, and you got everything. So you can be there with your band and you can rehearse. You don't have to pay for any instruments yourself. And that's a very good thing. That's why I think we have so many bands, good bands from Sweden. Because everybody grows up and then, I want to play guitar. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, because everybody's saying that, like, it's up with Sweden and all the music. It's like, I don't know, something in the water.
Do you know the song by Fjord in Scandinavia? They create the latest mania. In the land where Tony Evil lives, they create the latest dance floor hits.
No, I haven't heard that, but it's cool. Yeah.
I'm searching for the song for ages. It's from a really small Irish band.
Okay.
Enya.
Enya. Yeah.
Not Enya. No, it's I don't know. It's like a really small.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never heard
Irish
it.
band.
But it's true. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So. Oh, do you know the film Children of Men?
Children of Men. Is it a new one or an old
No,
one?
it's 2010 and it plays. It's more science fiction.
Children of Men. No.
It's about that there's no human reproduction anymore.
Okay.
And there's lots of refugee crises.
No, I haven't seen it. Usually I can remember movies because I scroll through a lot of them, but no, I never heard of it.
Do you paint expressionists as well?
The what?
Expressionists like Pollock, like.
No, not stuff. Only like on paper and nothing with watercolor or oil or anything like that.
But figurative.
No, a little bit, but not as much as that. No.
Okay,
Very
that's it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey.